Healthy men are not avoiding you because you're intimidating. They're avoiding you because your standards feel like walls. You say, I just have high standards. I just need someone on my level. I take really good care of myself, and so I expect to have a partner who would take care of me as well. And listen, I don't disagree with any of it on principle. Of course you deserve to be loved and cared for. Of course you want someone who can emotionally meet you. You've built a big, beautiful life, business, career, family, friends, and you want a partner who's gonna add to that and uplift you. And you can have that, but what's happening energetically is a little bit different than what you're saying. And I love the principle, but if you're feeling disappointed because you're never actually meeting these high quality partners that you're wanting, who would take care of you, who do want to uplift you in your life, let's talk about the blind spot that you might not be seeing. The reality is, if what you're calling high standards come from resentment, they're coming off very differently to men, right? High standards can come from resentment, or they can come from embodied self-respect. And the difference energetically matters and how you're being received. I know for you that these high standards come from years of overgiving, overextending, feeling like you're pulling people along, not being treated the way you deserve to be treated. And so over time, you develop this mentality of the next person has to earn my heart. The next person has to prove himself. He has to show me that he is good and worthy, right? Love the principle. But if it's coming from bitterness and resentment of past experiences and emotional pain that you haven't healed through and released from your body, it's going to be energetically charged. Where you want to be is having the wisdom from those experiences, but not holding the pain. And it sounds very different. When I work with clients on this, they will go from saying, well, I just have high standards and I need someone on my level. After they release the pain, and I use somatic-based healing practices with my clients to get the pain out of the body, then what they'll say is, my past experiences taught me what's really important to me, and so these are things that I know that I need in order to be happy, and I'm excited to meet someone who's compatible with that and who that's aligned for as well. It's very different, and felt underneath with the first one where someone's saying, I just have high standards and I deserve to be treated this way. It comes from a prove yourself. It comes off as a kind of prove yourself, entitled, what am I gonna get from you? When is the other shoe gonna drop? When are you gonna disappoint me? When are you going to fail? Bracing for that, looking for the flaw, looking for the thing that he says that could be slightly off to write him off, and you're note-taking all of this in your mind. When you're dating from a place of high standards that are embodied in self-respect, it's more about curiosity, getting to know a person because you don't have anything to protect against. You've done your work to release the pain of the past so you can clearly see the person in front of you. And yes, you notice red flags, but they don't become this emotional hijack anymore. Does that make sense? One of my private clients, we've been working on this because she had so many experiences with men where she felt like they weren't on her level. She was pulling them along. They weren't pursuing her, initiating. And so when we started working together in private coaching, my private coaching clients have WhatsApp support with me Monday through Friday. Every trigger, every wound, they can share it. And so she'd be able to screenshot these dating conversations. And I could see exactly where men were offering this sort of plan and where she was misinterpreting it. And then she was saying to me, I just don't think that he's masculine enough, or this person, he might just not be an initiator, when in actuality, she was misinterpreting what he was saying. I would read it and go, no, he just wants to know what makes you happy. And this blew her mind because her relationship with men was so laced in with being disappointed, and she was always bracing and waiting for their shoe to drop and looking for almost like internally criticizing, like, okay, I need to see the red flags so that I can protect myself. We started to decode this together so she could clearly see what he was actually saying and shifting her behavior. And wouldn't you know it, time after time, when she would have these interactions, she would respond in a different way, and then a different side of him would come out. And she would go on beautiful dates with these people who were actually secure, healthy men. But she couldn't see them before because the pain was getting in the way. Part of what made her available to that was clearing the pain of the past. Going back through, I have, again, 4-step somatic process I use with clients to clear that past pain so it's no longer emotionally hijacking you and you can see the man in front of you. So you don't push away good, healthy men. Now she dates from a place of inner security, and she's always curious about, wait, am I bracing? And is this old pain coming up? And then we move through it together day by day to cleanse it out of her system. day by day shifting how she sees men, how she sees herself, how she sees love and relationship, how she communicates, and her dating experience is getting more easy, more secure, more grounded, less drama filled. She's meeting higher quality people, engaging in more meaningful ways because of this shift. She's also started to be able to soften more and receive more and lean back and lean into her worth and allow men to pursue her, which has changed her experience dramatically away from like the chasing, proving energy that was happening before. If this is something you struggle with and you want to shift this, fill out an application and let me know what's going on, where you're struggling, and we can chat a little bit more in depth about if working together is a good fit and what that would look like so you can see the secure, healthy men who come forward and release the pain of the past so you're no longer holding it in your body anymore. It's too heavy, so fill out an application.